welcome to this Halloween reading. Let's go to the reading.
This next reading is for all of you who chose the Pink Andara. So let me prepare the stacks. Okay, let's begin with the first cards for the month of November. Let's turn them over. We find the Ace of Pentacles. We find Temperance, Two of Pentacles, and Four of Earth. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is always about a new beginning. It's a new opportunity, a new path to walk, mostly about things that you can touch and feel and material things. So this could be a new job. In some cases it could mean a child coming in this world, but I don't suspect that will be the case in these cards, because I don't have any cards that corroborate that. So this is about a new beginning in the material realm, a new way of doing, a new possession sometimes even. And we find Temperance, and Temperance tells me that you are trying to bring two energies into harmony. And we find the Two of Pentacles, which is also showing someone juggling two pentacles and two aspects of your life. So what I can clearly see is that you are in the month of November trying to get two different aspects into balance, into harmony. You're juggling different things to do, and maybe the Ace of Pentacles means that you're taking something on before you finished the other thing, or maybe you're taking on something new that you want to combine with the thing that you're already doing. But that means, especially for the beginning period, that you are balancing two different aspects, and you need to try to bring them into harmony. And we have the Four of Earth. See if I can get it to focus. And I will read this one for you from the booklet. Let's see if I can find it. Four of Earth. Ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and am unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need for fear. While it is true that nothing is permanent in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be for my highest good and the highest good of all, and that I always have abundance available to me. So, I think this is very much in line with these energies. There's no shortage in any way. It's more even the other way around. You have so many things that you are looking for balance and looking for a way of integrating them into each other and in your own life. And for the next month, of December, we find the Sun, the Hanged Man, Justice, and nine of Earth. What I see here is that even though you've made a sacrifice, or even were punished, maybe even in some way, justice is being done, and the sun is shining again upon your life and your endeavors. So, I would say that there is some matter. Either you were making a sacrifice, or maybe you were forced to make a sacrifice, or even it could in some cases mean that you were punished in some way. You were deprived of luxury or the things that people usually find normal, but in that way you developed a different view on the world. But justice is being done, and everything that was wrong is being corrected, which makes that the sun is shining again in your life, and things are all coming together in a positive way. And I will read to you the 9 of Earth. Nine of Earth. Disciplined self-reliance, reliable resources, restraint and self-control, the final stone placed in the foundation. I know I can rely on myself and spirit. There are many tools at my disposal, and I use my resources wisely, solidifying the foundation of my security in the material world. I am diligent and disciplined, focused on completing the work I began long ago. I stick to my program, trusting that the plan is unfolding before me exactly as Spirit intended. So that kind of comes together in this. So the sacrifice period is over, justice is being done, and it seems that you are regaining control over some resources, and you know that there is some security in that as well. We go to the next month of January, and we find the Ace of Wands, the Moon, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 10 of Fire. The Ace of Wands is usually the beginning of a new creative energy. There may be a new project coming up in your life. You may have new inspiration for new projects or creative jobs. Or maybe a new period of growth is beginning. The Ace of Pentacles also shows that in material aspects there is a new beginning. But the Moon warns us that not everything might be as it seems, and that you need to rely on your intuition and be aware that things might be different than they look now. So you need to go forward very carefully, because especially the Ace of Staves is an energy that usually goes fast forward, and that is something you need to be wary of, that there may be pitfalls along the way. It seems that maybe you are beginning a new creative job or a new creative endeavor, but as I said, there will be pitfalls along the way. Not everything will be all perfect and rosy, so you need to be aware of the fact that there are things that may seem different than they really are. I will read for you the 10 of fire. Burning away, releasing the excess, endings clear way for beginnings. I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens. In this moment I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new form and serve the greater whole, but I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships and situations that I realize do not belong in my life anymore. This ties in with what we saw before in November, that you have a tendency to take on quite a lot and overwhelm yourself with that. And this is also, you seem to be taking on something new again. So be wary that not everything will work out exactly as you want it to be, unless you follow the advice of the 10 of fire. Now let's move on to the next month of February. We find the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Earth. Wow, this is a pretty complicated set of cards here, because they're all court cards. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a female, a very nurturing woman that has the ability to make sure that everyone's needs are met. And we have the the King of Swords, who is a very intellectually oriented man, very intelligent, very sharp in his ways of thinking, and very serious, sometimes a little heavy-handed in his way of thinking. And we also find the Knight of Swords, and that is someone who usually runs headlong into any conflict or problem in order to solve it. So there are different energies going on here. And we also have the King of Earth. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Earth. They are of the same suit, of course. So it may be that these are people in your environment, or this may be some characteristics that you have or need to develop. So I will read for you the King of Earth from the booklet. Enterprising, philanthropy, the ability to attract abundant wealth, magnanimous, now I have no idea what that is, magnanimous, conscious manifesting, and a reliable leader. I have trust and faith in the invisible, and I know it will manifest in the realm of form the way I need it to. Opportunity can be found anywhere and everywhere because I am competent and committed. I am ready for abundance to manifest now in the world of conditions in a form that is aligned with my highest good. I manifest all that I desire, consciously aware of the need to stay focused and grounded in the everyday work required. So it seems that you are definitely working hard in setting a firm foundation in the physical realm, and also using your mental capabilities to pierce to any problem and to be able to solve them. So I suspect that some of the issues that came up in the month of January challenge you to make sure that there is a firm base and that you need to solve some problems that have arisen. We continue with the month of March. and there we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Lovers. We have the Empress. And we have the Ace of Earth. Now the Queen of Swords is a female that has been through quite a lot, and all of her life's experience culminated in a wisdom and a knowledge of people. She is the one with the piercing gaze. She can look right through people and know exactly what they're not saying. So she is an excellent judge of people and character. And it seems that you may need these properties in this month. Also, we find the Empress and the Lovers. And the Empress is very much about fertility. It's a female aspect of being able to create a lot from almost nothing. It's the energy of creating a child out of one sperm cell, or the energy of creating an abundant meal with one potato and an onion. And that is the energy of the Empress, and it seems that this is addressed in you. And also the Lovers tell me that you need some commitment to a choice that you have maybe already made or are about to make in this month. And I will read for you the Ace of Earth. A lot of Earth cards here in the Good Tarot deck. Prosperity in its purest form. Concrete results in the physical world, abundance made manifest. I recognize the many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. I can generate gold from the resources I have at my fingertips. I make an impact. The essence of prosperity is taking form in the material world. So that again ties in with the Empress, which is also about abundance. And the Lovers and the Queen of Swords are telling me maybe you need to make a choice, commit to it, and use your intellect in order to accomplish all this abundance that is being spoken of here. We continue on with the next month of April. We find the Ten of Swords. We find the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the King of Water. Well, it's very clear that someone here is backstabbing you. I cannot say it anything else, and it's also about material things. Maybe someone is jealous on your abundance, on your success, and they are backstabbing you. It's quite a nasty event, and you will be heartbroken and disappointed about it. It's very sad to see this happen, but jealousy and possessions can make people into monsters. Let me see what the King of Water has to say for you in the month of April. It might be even a hint to the person who is doing it to you. The King of Water is generous, diplomatic, fair, gentle, a good listener, a non-judgmental peacemaker, and a mediator. I honor and respect all beings, including myself, and see the commonalities we share and the spirit that is in all of us. I listen to other voices and blend them with my own wisdom before settling on an opinion, making a decision, or taking an action. I gently and lovingly lead others away from fear and divisiveness and into harmonious collaboration. This can also be the attitude that you should best take on in the events that these cards are showing. Try not to take it too personally. If people hurt you, it is because they hurt themselves. And maybe this card seems to indicate that you do realize that. We continue with the next month of May. We find the Five of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Star, and again Five of Water. So there's a very strong energy and feeling of loss. Of course, after what happened the previous month, it is quite logical that this is how you feel right now, in the month of May. But there's also hope on the horizon. The star indicates hope and a new light on matters. There may be a Knight of Cups coming into your life. Someone may show interest in you in a romantic way and maybe even propose to you. So even though you feel sad and feel the loss of what happened in April, there's still some good things going on for you here. And this card, I bet it has an affirmation for you to help you deal with these feelings of loss. So let me read what is in the booklet for the Five of Water. If I can find it. There we have it. Alright, releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness and the ebb and flow of emotion. I feel the fullness of my emotion as they wash through me. The ebb and flow are part of life and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes when I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotion was coloring my perception. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. So this is about accepting what you feel, let it flow through you like water under a bridge, and you will find forgiveness in yourself and possibly even for the person that betrayed you in the month of April. We continue on with the month of June. We find the Five of Swords, woo, the Four of Swords, the King of Cups again, and the Messenger of Earth. Now, the Five of Swords is about a conflict of ideas, clashing opinions, a struggle to get your own ideas and visions accepted by the people around you. So you may have very innovative ideas, but you find that it's a struggle to get them the acknowledgement that they deserve. And after such a fight, you should retreat and heal your wounds, take some rest, and allow yourself to recuperate from this intense struggle and clash. Also, there is this King of Cups again, which seems that you are very understanding in character and very wise when it comes to dealing with feelings and emotions in yourself as well as in others. But let me now read the Messenger of Earth for you to see what they have to say for you about the month of June. The Messenger of Earth, hardworking, proceeding with integrity, perseverance and grit, prudent and careful efforts, thoroughness, industriousness, stamina and dedication. I am in the flow, committed to co-creating with spirit effectively and efficiently. I do my best and never leave a job half done. I am dedicated and determined, knowing my efforts will pay off. Dedicated and determined. That is what you need in order to get through this. And also the King of Cups is aware of the need for rest and recuperation, and setting your emotions again in line and let them calm down again. So it's quite a turbulent month, the month of June, but I think you can handle it. We continue on with the month of July, and we find justice, death, the world, and love. Now, justice is quite obvious justice. Of course, we have seen that you have been wronged in the past, and somehow you will see justice being executed. I'm not sure if this is actually about a court case. It could very well be, but it can also mean that you see someone receiving their karma for their deeds. And maybe that helps you in closing and closure on an aspect. Of course, I go back to the month of April, where you have been treated less than graciously, let me say it that way. And it seems that finally in the month of July you seem to be able to get some closure on that. That suggests the ending of a situation, and the world is suggesting a conclusion, a culmination, and also an ending, but more in the sense of a completion. And if I consider that in line with the card of justice, it may be that there is a court case that you probably win, and you will find closure on a matter. Now let me read what this card has to say for you. The Love card from the Good Tarot. Love is about oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing and an exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. So this again refers to the way you deal with things like that. You seem to have a very love-oriented mindset, and I suspect that you may be a water sign, or at least someone who knows very well how to deal with emotions. And even though you have won and you find closure in this matter, you still don't hold a grudge. So you still feel that room for forgiveness, and you don't lose sight of the unity that we are all part of. We have the next month of August, which is the Emperor, the Seven of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Page of Air. Now the Emperor is upside down, it's reversed. I usually don't work with reversed cards, but this means that you don't have real control over some aspects of your life. You kind of forsaken to get a firm foundation and a firm, solid point of departure. So you are still trying to organize things, you are still trying to manage things. Things are not working out as you want them to. They take a lot of work, and it seems that you may not have all your business in order. And the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles tell me that there indeed is still a lot of work to do for you before you will be able to reap the benefits of this work. So you need to work the elements, you need to work out your thoughts, your emotions, your creative energy, as well as the material world around you, to make it balanced, harmonized, secure and stable, before you will be able to pick the fruits of your labor. And the Page of Air, which I will read for you from the book, is about new ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity and a new focus. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That is interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? So this reflects the mindset that you need in order to get a handle on what it is that you need to work out to create this stability and this stable basis to work from, which will then lead to you being able to harvest the fruits of your labor. So have an investigative mind, be open to whatever might be wrong. Don't be afraid to investigate and look closer and look behind the obvious to find out why things are not working out for you. And we continue with the month of September, and we find the Moon, the Five of Swords, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. It seems that an issue that came up before is coming up again in your life, especially regarding the Moon that we've seen before, and the Five of Swords. So these things that came up before are becoming relevant again, and you again need to struggle to get your ideas recognized and honored for what they are worth. But this time it seems that you do have your business in order, and since you have a clear mind and a strong willpower and a good sense of direction, this time you might be successful in bringing your ideas to where they belong and maybe bringing them to fruition. And I will read what the High Priestess has to say for you. The High Priestess is, of course, about inner knowledge of the spiritual realm, so that is a factor as well. So I think you may have done some spiritual work that was spurred into action in the month of August by that investigation that you needed to do in order to figure out what needed to be balanced. High Priestess is about mystery. Some things are not meant to be known intellectually, but are meant to be experienced through intuition. This card reminds me to trust that I have access to higher wisdom and knowing when I tune in and trust my vibes. This is the time when mysteries will be revealed and I can grow as a result. So this kind of corroborates what I said before, that you will be successful this time in bringing forth your ideas, even though you're dealing with some treacherous terrain. You now seem to have more insight about that kind of realm, which makes it so that you are successful in whatever you undertake. And then we continue on with the last month of this reading, which is October. Next year we find the Ten of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Water. So you have taken on a lot and you have come very, very far. But now it seems that you may have overburdened yourself. You do have a tendency to take on quite a few things at the same time, and maybe that is rising again this month. But this time it seems that you seem to have more insight in yourself and in this process, and you will be able to deal with the changings that are coming your way, because it may very well be that some event will happen that kind of forces you to let some of your staves go, or some of your wands go. So things are turning around, and because of your insight, you are not resisting, but you are going with the flow. Again, going with the flow. So I will read for you the Queen of Water, because she has, of course, something to say about this. The Queen of Water is about compassion, emotional security, generosity, self-love and self-care, and a healer. I am comfortable in my own skin. I love, cherish and nurture myself. I am the best friend to myself. My relationships with others reflect my security in knowing I am always worthy of love and respect. I heal myself so I can be the change I want to see in the world, and so my compassion can inspire others. And this is not only about knowing that you deserve love, but also knowing that life has a lot of properties in common with water. It flows, and it flows in a direction, and sometimes it's best not to try to swim upstream, but just go with the flow. That is what I see here, because if you resist or try to resist this card, that will give you a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. So the advice is to go with the flow and see where life takes you. So I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like a private reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. You can also become a patron and get exclusive access to an exclusive Facebook group and exclusive content. And if you don't want to do that, then please like, subscribe on this channel, share this video, and if you want to be notified whenever I upload another video, you can click the bell icon. So I again hope that you enjoyed it. I bless you and I wish you a great year. Bye.